How about some good news and a happy ending? You might remember Eloise and Penelope. I helped transport them to Vegas after a ridiculous situation. Well, after more than a year, they just got adopted. But I wanted to take a minute and go back in time and remember the difficult situation that they came from, and that gives us an even bigger reason to celebrate. I was on Instagram and I saw some guinea pigs needed a ride from Southern California to Vegas for Vegas Friends of Guinea Pig Rescue, and so I offered to help. But I had no idea what kind of a horrible situation they came from. They were posted on Craigslist, and the post was shocking to read. My sister has 2 guinea pigs, Beefcake the darker one, Penelope brown one. She's trying to give away to a loving home. I told her to set them free in the wild, but she thinks birds will eat them, while I just feel it's survival of the fittest. Anywho, the choice is yours. Will you save these critters from the wild and take them as your own, or will nature run its course? In the original video, I ranted and raved about how ridiculous this is, how sociopathic this is, how they're trying to find a home for animals that they have a responsibility to, but then they're threatening basically that they'll get killed by wild animals, that they'll be dumped somewhere, and then they're extorting the person who they hope will take them. And that's just totally insane. And this was over a year ago, and we see this more and more. Not only do we see animals actually getting dumped all the time, which means these aren't empty threats, but we see people reach out to the rescues that I volunteer at and to me personally, and they say the same thing. I'm just going to dump them somewhere if you can't help me. And, sadly, it works, because we have hearts, we have empathy, and we can't just sit by and let someone do that to these animals. I told her to set them free in the wild, but she thinks birds will eat them, while I just feel it's survival of the fittest. These are pet store animals that you have signed a social contract to take care of. Not to mention, just who would actually do this? Who could live with themselves? And then they say, anywho, which is so casual and psychotic. The choice is yours. Will you save these critters from the wild and take them as your own, or will nature run its course? And then the aside is, you also get the cages. Like, big deal. This makes me so mad. By the way, everybody thought Beefcake was a horrible name for a female guinea pig, so she was renamed Eloise. And so Penelope and Eloise, according to the Las Vegas Friends of Guinea Pig Rescue Instagram post, they were adopted and then returned in less than a year. And the previous adopter was threatening to take them to the shelter if the rescue didn't take them back right away. And then the people who were threatening ghosted them. It seems like there's a lot of drama, and no matter how well we screen, this often happens. People sign contracts that they don't read, and then they think these animals are disposable. But everyone seems to be very happy that now they have found a wonderful new home where they are loved and cherished.
It was actually New Year's Eve. And the post ended up on Instagram, and I think it was a Facebook post, but people started posting it on Instagram. Somebody was trying to, quote, get rid of them, and they were threatening to let them loose. They were saying some pretty crude stuff like, let nature take its
I remember
course.
them.
Yes. Part of the food chain.
News travels fast in the rescue world.
Yes. So that's these 2 girls. Veronica went and picked them up the next day.
It's not only that someone would actually just dump animals outside. That's a certain level of cruelty. But then that they would use that as like blackmail or like a bargaining chip to people who devote their lives.
All the time. It happens all the time.
It's psychotic.
Well, I thought it was kind of weird because it was like public, and I mean, I know they got a bunch of backlash because they actually changed the ad pretty quickly.
But at this, but at the same time, there's not much that law enforcement ever seems to be able to do in these cases. And, you know, there are an army of rescuers that are out there on the front lines, and they know that, and there are more crazy things for the police to be doing, but, you know, they say
we're
that...
like the only advocates for these animals.
And they say that, you know, cruelty to animals is a sign that people, you know, will be also cruel to other people. I've got multiple layers of fleece, and they've been spending most of the time under here.
Well, we're only about a 30-minute drive. So.
Aww. And tell me about the rescue a little bit. I'll put links in the description, and you know, for people who haven't heard of the Vegas rescue.
I'm the only exclusive guinea pig rescue in Vegas.
And it's the name of the rescue is a mouthful.
It is Vegas Friends of Guinea Pig Rescue. I actually started a Facebook group before I started the rescue. And I just really wanted a group that was kind of devoted to guinea pigs.
Yeah.
And so I kind of came up with Vegas Friends of Guinea Pig. So actually that started before the rescue. So when I started the rescue, I just took that name and added rescue.
Yeah.
My logo is actually a guinea pig that I adopted from SoCal Guinea Pig Rescue. His name is Popeye. On my website, he's actually my VP as well. So, but yeah, it's been really busy. I run it myself.
And so if someone's around and they want to adopt, what's the first step?
Well, the first step is to fill out the adoption application. After the adoption application, I do require pictures of the enclosure.
Yeah.
Sometimes when people are new to guinea pigs, they'll have me help them pick out an enclosure.
Yeah.
So I can make sure they have an appropriate one.
But
that mohawk is
all piggies do, really.
It's so cute.
Yeah. Oh. Well, let's get them safe. Yay. Let's get you back on the road.
Sounds good.
Before the sun goes down.
Vegas, baby.
Yeah.
Vegas.
Well, I will put the links to the Las Vegas Friends of Guinea Pig Rescue in the description. I'll put it right here also. You guys have an Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah. Follow on Instagram. So I want to wish Eloise and Penelope good luck and lots of love, and also thank Casey and Los Angeles Friends of Guinea Pig Rescue.